Welcome to Shop Talk for Thursday, March 20th. I have a couple of classes I want to hit on, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on during Spring Fling. First up, we have pajama pants on Saturday, March 22nd. And for our pajama pant class, that's one that would be great if you're trying to get into garment sewing, or if you know of someone that's trying to go into fashion. Pajama pants are a great intro class into that because you're really talking about how do we work with a pattern, a garment pattern, which is very different than a quilting pattern, and read that and then fit it to different body shapes. So you can do it for the littles in your life, and we also have some knit fabric that you can do for your own set. These would be so comfortable to do. And so that's on Saturday the 22nd. And then another one I wanted to highlight real quick is on Thursday, the 27th, we have our blue onion quilt, and that's the one that's behind me. This is one that I put together in 2020 when we had this line of fabric, and we have so many new people joining us in our community, we're actually bringing it back and going to do it again. And my new one is more purples and blues, but this is a great class if you ever wanted to learn about sewing circles. We use the Creative Grids oval ruler, and it's kind of like a stack and whack. You lay all the colors together and cut them into the different shapes. What's nice about this is we learn about sewing on curves, but then the blocks get trimmed down before they get put in the quilt. And so you don't have to worry about any of our seams matching, and you have that time to square before you're finished. So they don't have to be perfect, and we get this really nice product. Let's take a look at our fabric for this week. This week's fabric is from Moda, and it is called Raspberry Summer. And it's just some of those really bright pastel colors that we're seeing for the springtime. Lots of great prints. So much fun coming out of winter to see all the bright colors. And with some of these prints, it has cute little raspberries in the print itself. And with this line also is some really cute ginghams that would match really nicely with it. Lots of great projects that we can do with all of these different prints, and we even have some really pretty paisleys that go nicely with that as well. And so any of those springtime table runners or projects that you like, quilts to put on your couch, such great color combinations for this set from Raspberry Summer. And it also comes with both the layer cake and the 5-inch charm pack. As you all know, Spring Fling is just around the corner, and I wanted to take some time and talk about some of the embroidery classes that we'll have during Spring Fling. We actually have our Baby Lock educator coming, and her name is Jory, and she specializes in all of the Baby Lock embroidery, IQ designer, all of the really fun stuff. And she has 3 classes on Friday and then 2 classes on Saturday. And so you can look for all of the information that you need about Spring Fling on our website. If you go to the main page, you can click through, and all the information about Spring Fling is there for you. The first class she has is the Flamingo Tea Towel. And for that one, really that class is about how do we take objects in embroidery and then add text around them and fonts, and how do we line them up in best practices around getting those things to look right. And so she's going to use that Flamingo Tea Towel to kind of teach us about all of those things. And then she also is going to do one called Guns Up. And what we've done is taken the Texas Tech Guns Up sign and made it into a puffy embroidery. And that's where we take some of that foam and we put it underneath our embroidery and make the embroidery kind of puffy and then sew around it. So that class, if you want to learn more about puffy embroidery, that's a great one. We'll be creating all of that in IQ Designer, and so you'll get to learn about how we do all of that in IQ Designer as well. And then her third class is textured patches. And I don't know if you've seen them on some of the apparel. They have them on the shirts where it's like mama and it has the patches, or on the hats. And so we'll be using IQ Designer to create those as well, so we can create our own specialized different patches. And then again, what's best practices around doing texture patches and making them work out where they look nice and professional when we have stitched on a shirt or put them on, say, a hat. So those classes might really interest you. And remember, with Spring Fling, we're providing the machines and all the kits, and all you have to do is show up and sew with us. For our Baby Lock highlight this week, we are going to talk about Sip and Surge, and that is on Saturday, April 5th from 12 to 3. And what that is, Baby Lock is going to live stream from their headquarters with the Baby Lock educators, and it's some of the best educators they have for their Baby Lock machines, and they're going to live stream and we're going to show it in our classroom, and they're going to talk about all kinds of cool stuff that they do with all of the different types of sergers that Baby Lock offers, and show you some tips and tricks and really just talk through all the fun stuff that we have that you can do with the Baby Lock sergers. So if you plan to join us, if you'll click on the calendar, and there's a link there in our calendar that will let you sign up with Baby Lock to let them know that you're going to join us. And then also give us a call to let us know that you're going to be in the classroom with us that day, so we can account for you and make sure we have all of the materials that you need to join in on the fun. Thanks so much for joining us for this week's Shop Talk. It's kind of hard to match last week's outtakes, but we'll see what we can do.